Hello, my name is Core Hearts, and I created this video just kind of talk about or explain things about this game that really like upset me as a mid-game player, or things that I would like to see in the game, and just kind of stuff like that. Just to preface, I played for about 3,000 hours over the course of 5 total years. I started playing back in 2020 before Hashashin came out. I was 13 at the time, and I have played every now and then up to the current October 2025, and I currently reside at 734 gear score. I main Dark Knight, and I have Succession Tamer tagged. This video ended up just kind of being me bringing up a couple of topics and then getting dragged along by my ADHD-ridden brain and then just ranting for ages. But I apologize for that, but I still felt like the points that I brought up were important enough to keep my ranting, and I felt like it was authentic enough because, like, I would bring up a topic, my brain would think of something else that was relevant, or I felt like was relevant, so I just kind of like kept doing that until like I got angry at myself or whatever. So if you have any thoughts or opinions on what I brought up, or something else that you might would like to see, or like add on to what I said, please let me know in the comments, and let's get into it. Okay, so just to start off, let me go over just the areas with my gear, 734 gear score. Like the areas that if I wanted to progress smoothly and efficiently, the areas that I need to grind at. Let me go over this. Number one, first and foremost, I should be grinding Helvia Hex Sanctuary. Number two, well, there really isn't a number two. You should be grinding Elvia Hex Sanctuary if you're at my gear score. There's really not much else. And when I started playing this game, back in 2020, I was 13 years old. I remember vividly coming to Hex Sanctuary at level 48 with my friend, and we were grinding the skeletons, the basic skeletons, and my friend got off. I continued grinding, and I remember getting 2 witch's earrings. I was like, holy shit, what? Witch's earrings? Oh my god. And then I reached the level 49, 100%. I didn't know what the fuck that was, so I took a screenshot of it. I sent it to my friend, and I was like, LOL, look at this. And I went to sleep. Basically, what I'm saying is, this area is so fucking old. I have a memory of Hex Sanctuary 5 years ago, grinding here and getting to level 49 when I first started playing the game. And currently, as of 2025, this is the only place that I should theoretically grind at all. Could I grind other areas? Yeah. Is it efficient, and does it give me nearly enough or as much silver as this? No, not even close. The second best area, in my opinion, is obviously Honglim Base, but this place fucking blows ass. I've grinded here for like probably 140 hours. I fucking hate it. And you can get these. Cool. I don't give a shit. I'm not grinding Honglim Base anymore. I've grinded there for 140 hours. I'll grind it later if I really fucking want to. J Starlight Forest is my favorite grind spot in the entire game, period. It is such a beautiful spot. Oh my fucking god. If I have a clip of it, if I don't have a clip of it, I'm gonna go make a clip of me just grinding there for a little bit with my HUD off and one of my presets. It's so beautiful. It's amazing. And the silver is pretty good. And if you get if you get a iridescent lightstone, that's just a boom, plus 2 billion. because I already have a surplus of these. I don't need to keep these, really. So really any of these I get is just free silver. Same with the flames and the embers. So this is my favorite place in the game. The issue is, so if I get an iridescent, it's huge money. If I don't get it, it's not bad, but it's not good. I can consistently get 2 billion plus, or like 1.8 plus billion silver at Hex Sanctuary. So again, unfortunately, I can't grind here. It's inefficient. So again, I'm back to square one, grinding at this shithole forever until I get enough gear score to either go to Elvia Trolls, which they reworked and now I fucking hate it. I'm not doing Elvia Trolls. Or I go to City of the Dead, because that has the same gear score as Elvia Trolls, and you're fucking high if you think I'm ever grinding here. You can't even get like a billion silver here. Fuck this place. So, scratch those two places off. What's next? Tongue-Rad Ruins. I'm... okay. I had a recording explaining and going over how much I fucking hate this change, like the 5% limits, the recommended AP is what you need to be at to even start grinding an area compared to this. I had a recording of that. I'm not even going to go into it because I hate it so fucking much. I'm going to be ranting for literally 2 hours. This shit pisses me off so much. I'm not going to get into it. Ultimately, I'm just trying to preface, like, say there is no variety as a mid-game player. You are grinding Elvia Trolls, Elvia Hex, and Honglim base if you really want it. And that's it. You're doing that until you have enough gear score to do something like Tongue-Rad Ruins. And then, in my opinion, that's when I'm going to start having fun. Tongue-Rad Ruins and Darkseeker's Retreat is I want to grind here so fucking bad, and I don't really know why. I just feel like I'm going to have so much fun here. But anyways, that's off topic. I don't really think, like, I could go into, like, tower spots and how fucking retarded it is that every single spot that comes out is a tower spot. I'm not going to do that. Okay, enough ranting about that shit. So, let me go over what I would want to see in the game as someone that has played pretty much their entire career solo, and just really has kind of been stuck in like the 700, like the early 700 gear score area. What would I want to see in PvE? So, I think to start off, what I would like to see, just to make the game a better game, period, is fun and engaging group content. Or just make it viable to play with your friends at meta grind spots. Like, I played with one of my friends a while ago. I was like, I had more gear than him. Like, I was over geared for the spot, but he was like on gear. I think we're doing like Alter Imps or something. LV Alter Imps. And it was super fucking fun. And like we went around and just did random spots and it was really fun. But I knew that that was like the most we could do. We could do like Elvia Imps, and if we got our gear score a lot higher at the time, we could do Dekia Tunkudas. Like, we can't do any of the solo spots together because it's just inefficient and it's just better to do it solo. It's stupid. If you want to play with your friends, you should be able to play with your friends. But again, I am a pure solo player, so in all honesty, if they released group content, it wouldn't affect me at all. Like, I wouldn't be able to play it, and I just wouldn't even look at it. But it would affect the majority of the players in the game, and if the group content is fun, it isn't a tower spot, and it's actually rewarding, it would be a really good thing for the game because people have been asking for it for fucking ages. So if they just add good group content, it would be really good. To add on to adding new content, please, for the love of fucking God, add more spots new to mid game players that are not fucking tower spots. As I said earlier, the newest spot for mid game players is Honglim base. And really, Honglim base is for like low end mid game or like late early game. So you can barely even qualify that as a mid game spot. Because once you get like 700 gear score, there's really no reason to grind there anymore because you can grind at areas that are just better now. Basically, what I'm saying is add new spots for new game players and mid game players. If I'm gonna be selfish, I want Adania 2 to entirely consist of early to mid game spots, but not but just to like not push away the end game players. I feel like I remember hearing this from someone. I think it was Blue Squadron. Um, if I were to be selfish, I want the Adania 2 to consist of like 5 early and mid game spots. So let's say like around Monchum Miramok grind area and like Honglim base to like Elvia slash Dekia spots. Like add those spots, but then an Elvia version of those spots consists of end game spots, which are group grind spots. So if you're an endgame player and you want to play with your friends, you can go to the new spots in Elvia and grind there. If you are an endgame player and you want to play solo, you can grind at the current Adania spots, or hell, there might even be a new endgame spot in the Adania 2. That is what I would like to see in Adania 2, because these mid-game players, which me and hundreds and thousands of players consist of, are stuck doing this old content that they've seen and played hundreds of fucking hours constantly, that's been in the game for like fucking 8 years at this point, or even longer for some of it, that it's just so stale and so boring. I personally lose so much motivation so fucking fast because with every single patch that comes out, every single day that passes, every single week that passes, I get left further and further and further behind because Pearl Abyss and and the endgame players just constantly get further and further and further ahead, and Pearl Abyss isn't doing anything to prevent it. Oh, don't worry. Here's a free pen black star for you. Have fun. Have fun doing world bosses 100 times so you can level it up and then enhance that 10 times. This is not a fun gameplay loop. It's retarded. And being stuck just grinding the same shit, like, okay, the entire game is grinding the same shit. Yes. But what I'm griping about is grinding old reused content. It's so brain dead and it is painful to grind non-stop. Now obviously I complain about all of this, but once I'm done making this video, I'm gonna go fucking grind these spots again because that's all I can do. All I can do is bite my lip, not really do anything about it because I have no say in the matter. No one in this community has a say in the matter, and I'm just forced to grind this shit until I'm able to grind new spots for me, but for the end game players, these spots have been in the game and they've been grinding these spots for years. Ulukita, brand new area for me. I've never grinded there. But like Adania, never even touched it besides the weekly that was out like a couple weeks ago, where you were able to do the weaker version of the bosses to get Adania pieces. Cool. Also, let me talk about that quest real quick. They released an event quest for players to go and fight the bosses to get pieces of Adania. really cool. Good quest. People that wanted to see the boss, like see the bosses, they were able to go do them. Really cool. For anyone that is not currently doing Adania gear, the quests were absolutely fucking pointless. You got like 500 mil. Ooh, whoopee. You got like, what, like 5 or 10 maybe? Resplendent Fire Lightstones? Ooh, whoopee. Gambling. Wow, congrats, you probably got fucking nothing out of it. And, oh, here's the big reward, 5 pieces of Adania. Isn't that so cool? Have fun playing the game for thousands of hours until you can actually use those items that you got for free. Enjoy. So fucking stupid. And on the topic of stupid fucking items that I or most players will never be able to use, Dawn Blackstones. I have 101 Dawn Blackstones. If you don't know, these are used to enhance deck Charizard accessories. Deck Charizard accessories are these. These can go from base all the way up to hex or deck, which is basically like 0 through 10 enhancement. The deck enhancement is the 10th enhancement, and you need the Dawn Blackstones. Basically, the Dawn Blackstones serve zero purpose for 90% of your career playing this game up until you manage to waste your life away enhancing these shitty fucking accessories until you can use them. It's retarded. It's so fucking stupid. Let me just talk about enhancement and how demotivating it is, just really quick. I'm sure a lot of people know that BDO progression is Cronstone. It's Cronstones and Cronstones and Cronstones. And I'm sure that for most people, that sucks. But for some people, mainly the people that either A, already have the gear, or B, are able to do the spots like that are the best spots in the game to get like 4+ billion silver an hour. They're a little chill, or they're a little more chill with Cronstones. But for people that are barely able to reach that 1.2 billion or less silver margin an hour, Cronstones and just enhancing period is some of the most arduous bullshit in the game. Let me show you my gear, and let me show you what I'm currently working on, just so you have an idea. So this is my gear currently. So as you can see, I have a tri-ring, and none of my rings or earrings have cups on them. So if you're looking at this, how would you, if you're a player that has more gear score than this, how would you recommend me to progress? If I were to guess, I would say some of you would say, oh, well, get your earring to pen, get your sovereign main weapon, if you're succession, get your sovereign offhands, and just start pumping your AP. Just start pumping your AP. And yeah, that's probably the only correct way that I can progress. The issue is... The issue is... These are time gated. And if you're unlucky enough, you need to do, hear this, 200 weekly world bosses. And to get your third sovereign at base, the actually important sovereign, if I'm gonna say it, The offhand is the only important one for mid-game to entering endgame. It's the only important one. These are good, yes, because they can be enhanced further, but this is detrimental. If you don't have this and you're enhancing others, it's detrimental. To get this, you need, there's no other way about it, you need 2 pen black stars and 20,000 coffers. There are other ways of getting it, but for 90% of the players that don't have Adania unlocked, these other ways are impossible. So, 2 pen black stars, 20k coffers, that's how you're getting it. And if you don't have this, and you're trying to do high-end spots like Ulakita or fucking Adania, you're griefing yourself. It's disgusting. So, and also, to enhance these, you need Essences of Dawn. And to get those, you're buying them. You're buying them. You're just buying the essences. Or you're buying pen accessories and you're smelting those. So you're spending like 20 billion to like 80 billion on accessories that you're instantly deleting, basically. So you can then just tap these. So, if you're not understanding what I'm trying to get at, the only way for me to progress at my current state of the game the only way for me to progress in the current state of, like, at my current stage is grind 60 to 80 billion silver. That's option 1, and use that silver on accessories to then melt those accessories to enhance my Karazhan. Option 1. Option 2 is grind 200 billion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, and then exchange the pen Debarekas that I can buy for a new Karazhan. Option C, or option 3, whatever I was saying, is grind silver and grind underground Gyphon for more silver and extra Caphras, and spend every last piece of silver I get on enhancing a pen black star and buying 20,000 Caphras to then turn this into a sovereign. And also, throughout this entire time, so basically, just I'm getting sidetracked, I am permalocked until I get a couple things. An absolute surplus of Krong stones, so I can just tap my fucking accessories without any care in the world. An absolute gargantuan amount of silver, or a lot of people, aka like 20 plus billion, which for a lot of people is unfathomable, but really it's like minimum 40 billion, because I need 40 billion Caphras, or in terms of Caphras for this, I need 40 billion Caphras for any of my Karazods, because the most effective way of getting Essences of Dawn in the game currently is to buy a Pen Ominous Ring and melt that, and that's like 40 billion. So basically, I can't really progress unless I spend 40 billion. And that is roughly 20 hours of Agris Loot Scroll level 2 grinding at Elvia Hex Sanctuary. 20 hours for one possible upgrade. And I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 upgrades, not including my armors. And while I'm doing all of this, I also need to be doing every single Land of the Morning Light world boss that spawns once a week so I can hopefully start working on these. If this isn't absolute retarded brain dead gameplay progression, I don't know what is. It's so demotivating to sit down and see, okay, I'm pretty decently far into the game. I'm about mid game. There's a lot ahead of me. There's a lot behind me. What do I need to do to progress? Oh, I need to do world bosses, which I can only do 4 a week. But if I'm unlucky, I need to do 200 of them. Okay, that sucks. What else? Oh, I need like a couple thousand essences of dawn if I'm unlucky. Okay, that's unfortunate. That's roughly a couple 100 billion silver. Oh, well, what else? Oh, I need 20k calphors. Oh, well, that's 40 billion. Oh, is there any cheap upgrades? Oh, well, maybe... No, there isn't. Oh, okay. Well, why do I even continue playing? Great question. Alright, so let me talk about PvP. Um, this is a pretty sore spot in the community, for understandable reasons, but let me just preface, I can't really say anything about PvP at all, because I have not once intentionally entered PvP. I've never done any guild wars. I've never done any um, node wars. I've never done any. I've not done AOS. I've not done Red Battlefield. The only instances of PvP that I have been a part of was me getting flagged on when I was grinding and die, and I might have like dueled my friend once or twice. So I have absolutely no say in the matter of PvP. Um, but what I can say is I feel like this game without PvP shouldn't or doesn't really exist. I, again, have never done PvP. I really have no plans on actually doing PvP. But while I did, at the time, when I did die because I got fucking flagged on, and like I lost a crystal or whatever, I was upset. When I think of it just kind of broader, and after I've heard a lot of people talk about like open world PvP and just PvP in general, I kind of feel like it is a good thing like for the game. Like there needs to be PvP in this game. Um, and I can't really say much more than that because I again zero experience. I will say, just to like, kind of give a reason why I haven't PvP'd and why don't have plans on PvPing. Why I didn't PvP is because I heard just like when I was a like early game player, like grinding Blood Wolves, like that kind of state. I heard people talk about like, oh, you can't do PvP unless you have like the best of the best gear. Like if you don't have a pen maneuver and you don't have full pen armors or whatever, you can't do PvP. I was like, well, okay, well, I'm not going to be able to get that gear forever, so why should I ever PvP? So that was the main reason that I was deterred early on. And later on when I learned that, like, oh, well, you don't really need that much gear, because there's, like, cap PvP now, and yada yada yada. The reason why I was kind of deterred then was I heard and I saw that, like, oh, well, to be good at PvP, you need to be really good at your class, and you need to understand, like, CCs, and you need to understand everything. And at the time, I was kind of, like, looking up videos, looking up a combo, and copying that combo, and just infinitely grinding. So I didn't really understand any of the classes I played. That has now since changed. I understand Dark Knight and Dosa way too much. I really shouldn't know these characters as much as I do, but it's besides the point. I just didn't really understand how to play the game in a competitive way. So I was like, well, if I do PvP now, I'm just gonna get my ass handed to me. So like, I don't want to do that. So I'm not going to do that. So I have never done that. And now, currently, as of recording this video, a patch just got released where they added a new Arena of Solar season or whatever, and they added this is the patch with the first introduction to the Arena of Solar like season pass, like the purchasable pass for the people that are watching the future. Um, I have no plans on playing it. I know how to play my class. I know how to play my old main Dosa, but again, I have no plans on playing PvP. PvP is a like integral part of this game. With this game without PvP, just shouldn't exist. In all honesty, like there are some like pure PvEers that are like,
Oh, well, the game's all about grinding, and if you don't grind, then you're not going to be playing the game.
yeah, sure, but so much of this game revolves around PvP. Like your fucking PvE combos aren't gonna exist or wouldn't exist if people didn't understand the game or understand your class to create their PvP combos, which in turn created amazing PvE combos. So, like, everything about this game and about the characters started and ended with PvP. Alright, so to summarize, because I've been ranting for way too long, this video is probably like, God, like, what, 40, 50 minutes now? That's very sorry. But to summarize, starting off, mid-game blows ass. It's terrible. It's ungodly slow. The the speed that you progress plateaus obnoxiously hard and obnoxiously fast, and there's no variety. You grind 1 to 2 areas exclusively, all the way up until you're able to do like Tongue Rad Ruins or something like it. It's boring, it's tedious, and it's not engaging. All I'm asking, literally all I'm asking for, is just add new spots. That's it. Because the most recent mid-game spot was Honglim Base, and it was a tower spot. And I'm pretty sure the most recent non-tower spot that was for mid-game players, or I guess mid-game players nowadays, is what, like Jade Starlight Forest. The rest of that area sucks ass, so you're only doing Jade Starlight Forest. That's all I'm asking for. The next thing, which I actually don't think I talked about in the video, but this is something that is, it blows my mind how this is actually something in the game. The end game players should not be able to increase the gear gap between them and mid game players. That's it. It shouldn't be impossible. There is zero reason for end game players to increase the gear gap while they are actively getting weekly gated. Like PA incorporated the weekly gate as a way to deter endgame players from completing their armor in an hour. Now, people that had like Pen, Fallen God, they basically already beat the game, but that's besides the point. Even though they did that to try to deter endgame players from doing that, I doubt that there is going to be a single mid-game player as like right now that will be grinding pretty consistently, like a couple hours every week, all the way up until they reach to Adonia. By the time they reach Adonia, every single person that is currently at Adonia, if they continue playing, will have full Nuve or full deck Adonia armor. Like, that's just how it's going to be, because it's going to take the mid-game players so fucking long to reach that point of the game that the players already there will have completed it like 10 times over by then. Anyways, Next up, add more group content. Make it actually enjoyable and actually rewarding. It's an MMO. Why the fuck is it a solo video game? That's it. Next, make PvP better, make it fun, make it actually enjoyable, make it actually entertaining. Don't worry about the fucking rewards. If the PvP is awful, but the rewards are the best thing ever, people still won't play it because they're going to hate themselves playing it. There's going to be some people that play it, but not a lot. If the PvP is fun and enjoyable and the rewards are meh, there'll be more players. But if it's good content and good rewards, a shit ton of players. And another thing that I'm not sure if I mentioned, but when I say make mid game progression smoother, that doesn't mean give away like a Nuve Karazad or a free sovereign weapon. That's not what the fuck I'm talking about. When I say make mid game progression smoother, I mean make it better, period. Like, I don't know how you would do that. Decrease the Gron costs, decrease the total amount of aggers needed, make it easier to obtain Grons by like adding it to grind zones. I don't know. Just figure out a fucking way to make it easier. Because like if you give away a new Karazot or like a free sovereign, that's amazing. I would gladly take it. I would be happy. And then 5 minutes later, when I have it on my character and I look at my gear wheel and I'm like, wait, I have a new Karazhan necklace, but I have a tri-Karazhan earring. Where are all the Cronstones and Essences of Dawn that I need for those? What happened to all of those? Where'd those go? Are we gonna get those, or is you gonna like give us free shit and act like the rest of that doesn't exist? That's what I mean. So I'm done. I'm done ranting. If you have anything that you want to add, or if you have any like takes on my opinions, please let me know in the comments. Please be respectful. If there's anything hateful or whatever, you're fucking poof, didn't exist. So please be respectful. If you have anything, please let me know. Thank you for watching.